Let me share with you a story. Rabbi Lifshitz was a Chabad Shliach in Michigan. One of the things that he did, aside from running his own Chabad house, was he's the rabbi in a federal penitentiary for white-collar crimes in the area. He gave weekly Torah classes there, but he also went on Yom Kippur to run the services, to run the tefillahs and to give drashos in the state penitentiary, in the federal penitentiary. One Yom Kippur, as Yom Kippur is coming to a close, he's giving a drasha before Ne'ilah. He has everybody fired up. And then he tells them, close your eyes. Think about one mitzvah, one Torah commandment you haven't kept thus far that you're accepting to keep for this coming year. Finishes the tefillah, finishes Ma'ariv, and one of the inmates comes over to Mrs. Rabbi Lifshitz, I need to speak to you about something. He says, okay, go ahead, Dave. What do you want to talk about? He says, I need to know about Shabbos. He says, why do you know about Shabbos? Well, let's set up a time. There's a lot to talk about Shabbos. So he says, yeah, but I need to know everything about it. I need to know about Shabbos because that's the mitzvah I accepted. Rabbi Lifshitz is in a quandary. Doesn't know what to do. Shabbos is so complicated, so complex. There's so much to teach him. He doesn't want to discourage him from all of Torah mitzvahs because Shabbos is too complicated for him. But on the other hand, how can you tell a Jew not to keep Shabbos? He tells him, maybe you want to try a different mitzvah first, and then next year you can do Shabbos. He says, no, Rabbi, this is the one mitzvah I know. I had a bar mitzvah. They told me that Shabbos that's like the special day for Jews, and that's what I want to keep. He says, there isn't any book that you can give me that will teach me about the laws of Shabbos. He says, there's lots of books, that's the problem, and they're all in Hebrew. So he says, nothing in English. This is 40 years ago. Rabbi Lifshitz goes home. He looks around his library, and he sees Rav Shimon Eider's book on Hilchos Shabbos. While it wasn't written for somebody with no Torah background, he said, I don't have a choice. It's the only book I have in English on Hilchos Shabbos. He brought it into the prison the next Monday morning when he gave his Torah class. He handed it to Dave after the Torah class. Thursday, Rabbi Lifshitz came in for another class, and Dave bombarded him with a whole slew of questions on Hilchos Shabbos. Rabbi Lifshitz was wowed. Same thing happened again the next Monday, and the same thing happened again the next Thursday. Rabbi Lifshitz came in the Monday after that, but there was no Dave. Dave was gone. He asked everybody else, where's Dave? And I said, Rabbi, Dave went home this morning. He said, how could that be? Dave had another 17 years left to his sentence. They weren't even talking about parole for him yet. He says, I don't know, Rabbi. Go to the warden's office, speak to him. He headed to the warden's office. The warden said, this morning we let him go. He's under house arrest now only. And we have a new program with tags, and we're testing it out, and he was chosen by random selection to be the inmate that we're trying it out on. He says, does he have a phone number? He says, yeah, here's his phone number. He gives him the phone number. Lifshitz runs home, picks up the phone, calls Dave. Dave answers, and Rabbi Lifshitz says, hi, it's Rabbi Lifshitz. Is this Dave? He says, Rabbi, you won't believe what happened. He says, I don't. He says, you won't believe. You know that book you gave me? I was reading the introduction. The rabbi there said that if the Jews would have kept two Shabboses, they would have been redeemed immediately. And I said, wow, if that could work for a whole entire nation, I bet it could work for me, Dave, a single inmate in the federal penitentiary in Michigan. So I decided I'm going to keep the whole entire Shabbos. I looked at the book, it was complicated. I said, the only way around this is if I don't do anything without being certain that it's okay. That's why I had so many questions for you, Rabbi. Great, great, great story. Dave now lives in Eretz Yisrael. His children are all from different denominations of from Jews, some learning in Koil, some Hasidish, some Litvish, all different types. Beautiful from family. This week's Parsha talks not about our regular Shabbos. It talks about the Shabbos of Shemitah. And Shemitah is referred to as Shabbos Shabbosin. Shabbos L'Hashem Elokecha. It's a Shabbos for the Adama. We use the word Shabbos over and over again. What's special about Shabbos? What's unique about Shabbos? The word's used to describe Shabbos that we have every week. It's used to describe Shemitah. It's used to describe Yom Kippur, Shabbos, Shabbosin, and so too Shemitah, Shabbos, Shabbosin, the Sabbath of all Sabbaths. What's unique about the Shabbos of Shemitah and Yom Kippur and our regular Shabbos that we have every week. Why do they have that power to release from bondage? During Shemitah, what happens is the regular Jewish slaves are set free. What is it that releases somebody from bondage on Shemitah? Why is it that Shabbos has the koyach to redeem us? And why is it that Yom Kippur redeems us from all our sin? The Zohar HaKadosh says that Shemitah is only for somebody who has a bris milah. And even for an Eved Kenani who has a bris milah, he rests on Shemitah somehow. It's something unique, some sort of connection between Shabbos and a bris milah. Without getting into that, it's part of the idea of why we have a Shalom Zachar on Shabbos for somebody who doesn't yet have a bris. A bris is on the 8th day. It's something that extends beyond nature. During Shemitah, we pull back from nature. In a regular Shabbos, we toil all week. We feel in control. We think we can do things and we can build and we can accomplish. And Shabbos is kiluk shekol milachtecha asuyim. That we have to look like everything is finished, everything's complete, and we pull back for one day. So too Shemitah, we pull back for an entire year and we don't touch the land and we let the land just be. What are we doing? We're recognizing that teva, that nature, as we call it, is really the Rebbeinu Shalom's creation. It's really Hashem's doing. And therefore, we go beyond time. You see, the Nachash, the serpent in Gan Eden, tried to get Adam HaRishon to sin. And Rashi tells us it was that he wanted to kill Adam HaRishon. The Yisod, the most fundamental element of sin, is death. Why? Because it constrains us. It puts on us that limitation of time, and that's what makes us need instantaneous gratification. That's what makes us need to satisfy our every desire on the spur of the moment. And that's what causes us to sin. Otherwise, everything eventually, you'll be able to eat all sorts of different yummy foods. You'll be able to have all sorts of different experiences in your life. You'll be able to accomplish so many different things, all in an honest and okay and even good fashion if you just have a little bit of patience. That's the yesod of Shabbos, is patience. Pull back, stop. What's going to happen? The nails aren't going to run away. Nothing is going to happen. You have that day of Shabbos Kodesh, we recognize it's all a Kodesh Baruch Hu, and all of a sudden time stops. Shemitah, time stops. And Yom Kippur, it stops almost totally. There, it's phenomenal. You look at the street on Yom Kippur and everything is absolutely serene and silent, even in secular areas. It's a total and utter cessation. That is Shabbos, that's Yom Kippur, and that's Shemitah. And that's what we're doing. We're talking about living with harmony with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ma'ayin Shemitah Eitzel Har Sinai. Just like Shemitah was given by Har Sinai, so too the whole entire Torah was, because that's what it's all about. Living in harmony with the world that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the way He wants it to be done, and not just having to grab and needing instantaneous gratification. That's the bris that we talk about in the second one of this week's Parshas. That's the whole idea of the entire Torah, and it's encapsulated in Shabbos, in Shemitah, and in Yom Kippur. Good Shabbos.